Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Rosie here, and today we're going to take a quick moment to analyze some gameplay of the Trickster. Okay, now we're not going to go through every instance of the game. The games are up on True's channel, you can check them out, whatever you want. Okay, what I'm going to comment on are two very brief instances that I think showcase some of the character's strengths and some of the character's problems. Just two, because that's all I feel like is necessary. Like, the only thing we can't comment on is I'm not there. I don't know how good these people are. That's the only thing I can't, I only can comment on what I see here. Okay, so what we know about this kid from the day and from yesterday is that he is obviously, I really feel like they designed him to be good. I really do. However, it doesn't seem to be sticking the landing. This character is apparently not as good as he sounds on paper. Okay, and I think I can kind of see why. This is, depending on how you classify projectile characters, either the fourth or fifth projectile character in the game. Some people count Clown, some don't. Okay, I personally do count Clown. He's kind of a projectile anti-loop character for me, but like, I do see why some people don't. So I'm not going to include Clown in this discussion, even though I personally do. Because yeah, Clown, he's more of an anti-looper. His projectiles don't actually hit you, so I see why. So that leads three other projectile characters being Huntress and Shitslinger, and the Plague. Okay, now my first instinct was to completely write the Plague off, but we'll understand. You'll see why I come back to her later. Okay, so I remember when Shitslinger came out, that was my first big experience with a projectile character. Huntress has always been the standard, okay? When Shitslinger came out, we were all like, what the fuck is this guy's point? Because he was just seemed like a weak Huntress. And we're like, why the fuck did they even make this guy? But, you know, I feel like Shitslinger has been the character that has aged the best in Dead by Daylight. Like, for real. I really feel this way. Because when you look at Huntress and Shitslinger now, there are certain advantages that the Shitslinger holds over the Huntress. One, no lullaby. Two, the aim downsights being way faster than the windup of the hatchet, and quicker shot, and it's genuinely more useful at certain tiles than Huntress is. I feel like in the year of Shitslinger's optimization, I can easily see why his existence is justified and why he holds specific niches that Huntress does not have. Like, you can easily see that. However, when you look at this guy, like, okay, he has a 24-meter tear radius, so he can use Nurse's Calling. Okay, he can't, so he can kind of do the Shitslinger Nurse's Calling strat, but here's why I don't think that's going to be good. Okay, because, like, Hag doesn't really use nurses, does she? I mean, she can. She's got 24 meters, but, like, 110 with that kind of, like, Shitslinger and Huntress have this advantage, okay? All they have to do is hit you once. This guy needs 16 knives to down you. And Huntress needs 2 hatchets, and Shitslinger needs 2 shots. Okay? And by the way, we live in a game where Shitslinger hitting 2 shots is considered slow. And Huntress hitting 2 hatchets is considered so slow that people do hatchet into M1 with her most of the time. Like Shitslinger is considered slow in this game. Okay, so 16 daggers is kind of a tall order. But however, that's when it kind of occurred to me that this character isn't, like, if you view this character as a Shitslinger or a Huntress-esque projectile character, you're gonna think he's the worst fucking thing in the game, because you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. Actually, I'll just do it in the order we have it here, because if you look at every knife that if you consider every knife on the same caliber as a Shitslinger bullet, you're gonna think he sucks. Okay, however, my argument here is that he's more similar to the Plague. Like, Space Coconut was comparing him to Myers or Ghostface. I get it, but I saw what he was going for. But I think Plague is the better comparison. He lets out a flurry of projectiles in the same way that she does, if you know how she actually works, with her vomit being just orbs that come out in a straight line, kind of, sort of. Like, a stream of projectiles, and then when enough hits you, she uses the broken. You get broken, and in his case, he gets injured. He uses the injured status effect instead of like the broken status effect. His can actually down, but the only problem is he's 110 and his meter goes down over time, whereas Plague's goes up over time. However, I think he's going to be better than Plague because he doesn't have a debilitating cleanse problem, as well as Corrupt Purge being so bad and hard to obtain against good survivors. I think you'll see his benefits more than Plague, and I think you see Plague's weaknesses more, but that's neither here nor there. Let's just analyze the tiles, okay? So this is an example of a tile I think he does particularly well. Let's check it out, boys. Ignore the pictures of him on my phone, bruh. Because we've had to save the pictures. Whoop. So as you can see, they're trying to loop him. She tried to loop him, and she let herself get open to many confirmed hits. Okay, now when you're Plague spewing a Vile Purge attack, you can't actually down people in this situation, which is why I think he's an improvement over her. Like, think of everything as a Vile Purge that's coming out. That's what I'm starting to do, because again, if you think of it as a Shitslinger bullet, you're going to go, why is she not down, right? Because she got hit once, she should be down. Shitslinger could have downed him there. If you compare him to Shitslinger, you're going to think he's terrible. Like everyone's talking about, why play this guy over Huntress? Bro, why play this guy over Shitslinger? Like, for real, Shitslinger is way better than this kid. So you have to compare him to Plague. So think of every knife as a Vile Purge. And so he's trying to loop. He's getting hit, and then he can actually down at the tile. So there, that's kind of instances of a quick down happening, because right before I start the footage, he is on cooldown from an M1, so he basically got a almost a 20-second down here with this kid. So he can do that. Okay, I don't want to write this character off completely just yet. So many people are just writing him off completely, and while I do think he's not going to be very good, and I do think he's kind of doomed, I still don't know if D tier is where he's going to end up. I still think there's enough positive attributes about him where he's probably going to end up in B-, B+. Okay, so now let's go talk about his problems, okay? The next example is an example of a very long chase that he has to deal with, okay? Now, because this chase is so long, I don't even, bother to, include the whole thing. Just know that what we were showing in the last one was one hell state, and then this is one hell state, okay? Watch True struggle here. Now keep in mind, so that was one health state, right? So keep in mind that True is also using the purple Ricochet add-ons to make this play happen. So without the purple Ricochet add-ons, it's likely that this tile would be even worse and you would just have to burn it as this kid. Okay? If you're playing as, I don't like this map as Plague either because of the high verticality on a lot of this stuff, like the pallets in the way, the logs. So I think Plague doesn't like this map particularly very much either. But this is where I couldn't help compare him to Shitslinger, because watch. He sits there, he does that huge animation. Watch the wind up. Shitslinger's aim down sights to get one hit. What secures a hit at this location. And this kid's sitting here bouncing shit off the walls. Look at the problems that he's facing here with a purple add-on. You're sitting there, going, yeah, he got the hit, but, was that worth, dude? I mean, I guess you could say it was, but because he got the hit, but, if you were Shitslinger, you could have gotten him here. You could have gotten him, right here as Shitslinger. If you're Shitslinger, you can hit him anywhere right here, just anywhere. And then you can hit, all of this is a hit for Deathslinger. Deathslinger could have secured... Deathslinger's opening to start securing a hit here starts at... right here. It starts 1 second in and goes all the way to about 5 seconds long. So Death Slinger has a huge 4-second window to secure a hit on a person, while this kid just can't do anything. Hell, if you're Plague, you come up here and you can start Vile Purging right here. Which again, I think this kid could have True could have used the knives a little earlier, granted, but this is like Plague-esque results right here, dude. And another thing, this is just me showing my kind of Shitslinger almost favoritism at this point, but Shitslinger could have also gotten it down right here, at this spot, 10 seconds. Huntress couldn't have got that down either, ladies and gentlemen, just FYI. Unless Huntress was charging the hatchet from, like, right here. But if Huntress was charging the hatchet from right here, wouldn't her movement speed slow down? I don't know. I think Shitslinger could have gotten this down easily. I don't want to say Huntress couldn't have gotten it down, because I don't play her enough to know that. But, like, when you're watching this shit, like, you're watching him struggle here, it's just like, bro, if you were Huntress or Shitslinger, like, I just can't... You will never be able to shake that thought from my mind that if you were Huntress or Shitslinger, this would be incredibly easy. So, the conclusion that we have to draw from this is that he's good on paper, but weak in execution. Because he's like Demo. On paper, he sounds fine. Like, he is a projectile that can damage you. But in practice, this seems to be just a little too slow. And I hope it gets some adjustments before it comes to the main game. Alright, Rosie's out of here, boys. GG's.